What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Hey, it's been a long while now, hasn't it? Whew! I have been so incredibly busy. My work, we have been just crazy busy, insanely busy. So I've been doing nothing but, I swear, just working. And then it's springtime. Springtime is crazy. I don't know. You guys, leave in the comments if springtime is crazy for you guys. Leave that in the comments because it sure is crazy for me. Whew! And in gardens, taking kids around. Kids are getting ready to get out of school and all that stuff. So it has been very busy. But hey, we're here, and you know what? I just decided to do this video. I've got so much stuff backed up to do. So this is kind of this video is going to be kind of like a update video as well as doing something video. So I'm not quite sure what I'll title this. I guess the title will be whatever it'll be. But this is the first time I think I'm going to try and do a face cam here, along with doing some stuff on the computer. So it's not just the computer image going on. We're going to do some. We'll put the face cam somewhere. This will probably zoom out, and we'll put up here, well, up there or whatever corner it's going to be. We'll put it up there, and then you guys can watch me do what we're about to do. But how are you guys? Leave me in the comment. I want to know how you guys are doing. I've tried to answer comments as best I could. Trying to keep you updated. If you aren't subscribed to me on Twitter, go ahead and go follow me, because I try as much as I can whenever I get time to take pictures. I'm a very picture visual type of person, so I try to take pictures of what I'm doing and post them on Twitter and kind of give little updates that way and show you guys what I've been up to. Not necessarily electronics related, just kind of what I've been up to. So I've got pictures of, I think, my garden that I've been putting in. I got pictures of some of the upcoming stuff that we're going to be messing with, lots of things like that. So if you haven't followed me on Twitter, go ahead and do that, and because I try to be as social as I can on Twitter, because it is kind of difficult. I've got a lot going on. It's hard to even just believe it or not, it's hard for me to even remember to tweet anything. I'm not one of those people that just loves to just yak about every second. I'm on the toilet. I'm in the break room. I'm going to school. I'm going to, I don't do that. I mean, I'm not one of those people. I'm typing on the computer. I'm driving home. I'm driving to work. I don't do that. So, but I try to at least give little tidbit updates so you guys know what I'm up to and that I am still around. I probably should figure out some way of sending that to Google Plus, because I know there's a lot of you that are on Google Plus, and so I'm trying to like stretch across both those. If those of you know a way to like link Google Plus and, well, I guess if you post on Google Plus, you can link it to Twitter. Or is it the other way around? I don't know. If those of you know how to do that, post that in the comments, because that would be great. If I can just post to one and it propagate to the other one, would be fantastic. So that way I don't miss you guys, because I know some of you guys are on Google Plus, some of you guys are on Twitter, and then some of you guys are probably on stuff that I don't even know about. So anyway, but I'll try to cover my bases. Anyway, so what I figured we'd do today is I sat down, got me an old brew going on. Now, this isn't a home brew. I've got stuff sitting. It's kind of green right now, which means it's very, very new, and so it needs to set for a couple of weeks and kind of mellow out. But anyway, I've got this. I wish I would have kept the can. It's actually kind of funny. It's called 8-Bit IPA, and it's got, I think it's got a picture of Pac-Man on the front of it. So anything with Pac-Man is awesome. So sit back, grab yourself something to drink or eat or whatnot, or sit back and relax and enjoy this. What we're going to be doing is we're going to, I just thought of this. Hopefully this camera isn't kind of crooked, but I was thinking of doing a video. I was thinking, well, should I do, an update video? That kind of gets old every now and then. Or should I do something where we actually make something fairly quick? And so what I was thinking was, if we're going to do this face cam thing, I need some way of holding my camera. Like right now, quite literally, if I took the camera off, showed it to you, I've literally got like boxes like stacked up under the camera right now to hold it. So it's probably a little crooked. But what I thought was, what a great way to illustrate, do a 3D printing video and whatnot is, see, I've got one of those HD Canon camcorder cameras. I don't even know what kind it is. It says it Well, yeah, it doesn't matter. It says it on the side somewhere. I just dropped something. Anyway, but I would like to be able to mount it to something. Well, the idea came up is, why not make it? I've got a 3D printer, right? So why not make something that will hold the camera and sit on one of my computer monitors? That's actually is right below it. That's where I've got that kind of like bluish glow to my face. Is because we've got I've got my computer monitors right here because I'm gonna be looking at them. See, you can see my glasses. These have got to be the most reflective glasses I think I've ever seen in my life. I mean, really. I mean, see, look at that. I don't know if you guys can see this, but if I'm looking up at you like that, but then I look down at my monitor, it's like super blue right on my eyes. Anyway, like I said, this video is going to be a relaxed video. It's really not going to be informational. I got in trouble for I don't know if you guys saw that, but I got in trouble for talking about what was going on while trying to do a 3D printing setup video. So this one is a complete off the cuff. You can't tell me that I'm in trouble because this is, I don't even know what I'm going to title this. I don't know, off the cuff 3D modeling. I don't know. We're going to do something like that. But this is going to be kind of like a vlog slash doing something slash sort of learning slash hangout. So if you guys want to hang out with me, feel free to keep going. If not, I've got tons of videos, informational videos for you to check out. You can just hit pause or hit stop on this video and go check out some of my many other videos on how to do many different things. I'm going to be using AutoCAD Inventor is what I'm going to be using. I may do more videos with some more of the freeware stuff that's out there. For those of you that may not have this, I do know that if those of you that are in college, which there's a lot of you because I know I get a lot of people asking me about their senior projects and things like that. So I know there's a lot of you in college. If you're in college, Autodesk offers a student trial thing is what they offer. You can go in and get pretty much access to almost everything that they make. AutoCAD, AutoCAD Inventor, Revit, all that stuff, you know, that AutoCAD has, and you can download it and you can have it for like 2 or 3 years. It's something like that. You know, the license is good for 2 or 3 years and then it expires. But it's actually pretty cool if you want to learn how to use their stuff and learn some really cool gizmos and gadgets. And what's great is Inventor is very powerful 3D modeling software, very powerful. This is what professionals use. In fact, I know a couple of friends that use it professionally and build things for injection molding, build stuff for, you know, just fabrication of any kind, you know, whether it's sheet metal parts, you know, just actual steel fabricated parts, aluminum parts, all that stuff. They use Inventor. Inventor and SolidWorks, if you guys have seen that, made by Dassault Systems. Anyway, they've got free trials for college students, so I highly recommend you check that out. I can't remember, it's something, it's called like their education something, I don't know, it's something about that. Just click around on their website, you'll find it. But anyway, that's what we're going to be looking with today. Autodesk also makes the the 123D, which is a free 3D modeling software. It's a little scaled down. They also make, FYI, well, I don't know if they have it anymore. I haven't looked. But check out, there is AutoCAD Inventor Fusion, which is basically Inventor, but it's like a scaled down version of it, you know, like a stripped back version. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles of Inventor because Inventor is thousands of dollars, but that's free, and it's called Inventor Fusion, and it is free. So, or at least it was. I don't know. You have to go check. That was a few years ago that I saw that and played with it. But it's fairly good for simple stuff that we're doing. In fact, what we're going to do is probably pretty simple. I mean, I'm not going to do stress model analysis and thermal analysis and things like that on it. I'm not going to be doing that, which Inventor does. It's actually pretty wild. Pretty good software for 3D modeling and whatnot. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So what we'll do is or at least I'll see if I'll have to do this in post modeling. We'll shrink this up. Right as I get a drink. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and check this out. Alright, so here we go. We got AutoCAD Inventor. Now what I've done is I've made some measurements. I don't know if you guys can see this up in the corner. Woo! I like drew my little thing out. It's always good to draw and measure, and measured it with a set of good old linear calipers. Yes, I've got the old school ones that have a dial, but you know what? There's no school like old school, right? That's right. Anyway, so got me my measurements. Plus, another great thing about these, they don't take batteries, which I have another pair. In fact, I think I have 2 other pair, but I've got another pair, and it's got batteries and stuff. And guess what? The batteries are dead in it. So these never run out of batteries. So anyway, sorry. Anyway, so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to get ourselves a sketch going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on 2D or Start 2D Sketch. Pick myself a plane, XYZ plane, sure, why not? So that's going to create a sketch, which a sketch is where you actually draw your stuff on. So what we're going to do is we're just going to basically draw a quick side shot of this, so that way we can extrude it up into the 3D model or 3D object that it's going to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a brief outline of this, and what we'll do is we'll dimension it out to make it perfect. So it's going to go up, basically, it's going to go over, it's going to go down, and that's basically what it's going to be. So I'm just like I said, I'm just drawing it just to get the basic shape. I don't really need it to in fact, actually, it's kind of the other way around, but that's okay. Just to get the basic shape, we're going to dimension it all out now. So what I'm going to do is come over here to my dimension tool. All right, there we go. And this, I've calculated, this is going to be 0.0, or no, point, well, helps if my keyboard works. Numlock! 0.6, and yes, that's going to do that. Okay, so this inside piece is going to be a little bit smaller. What we're going to do is, let's make this, see if we're going to go 0.6 with it, let's give that 1/4 of an inch. So it's going to be 1/4 of an inch smaller. So 0.6 minus 0.25 is 0.35. So 0.35. There we go. That's better. In fact, I may take that dimension and move it. Let's move that over here. There we go. It's real easy to work with Inventor. It's actually really easy to work with. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Let's just pull this. Actually, we're just going to pull this down just by clicking and dragging on it. Pull that down to there, and then we're going to dimension that. So let's grab a dimension here. This sucker, I think, is going to be... Oh, you know what? I did that backwards. Shows you how observant I am. Okay, so this 0.6 is going to have to change. This is going to have to be 0.725. So there we go. And of course, if we're doing 1/4 inch, this is going to be 0.7. Actually, no, it is not. I'll tell you what, it's getting late at night. See, that's what I mean. This is off the cuff. This is not planned at all. So we're 0.725 minus 0.25. We're going to have 475. So 0.475. There, that's a little bit better. I don't know, 1/4 of an inch seems like a lot, doesn't it? This one, I mean, I'm literally just off the cuff doing this. Let's do 1/8 of an inch instead. That just looks a little thick right in this region right here. So let's take and go 0.725 minus 0.125. Well, heck, I could have done that in my head. That's gonna be 0.6. Yeah, that's probably better. Now we'll also dimension this side to that side, and we'll do the same thing. It's going to be 0.1125. There we go. So that gives us our 1/8 of an inch all the way across. So let's grab this now. Now this one is going to be our 0.61 is what this one's going to be. All right, and since this is all perpendicular, whatever, it's going to do that. So now let's dimension this piece. It's going to be our 125 yet again. And there it is. Voila, that's pretty much it. The reason you want to do what I just did, you draw like the basic shape and then you dimension it all out. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put a dimension on this too, just so it's there, is so that if you ever have to change this, when you take and maybe you want it longer, or you want it shorter, or you want it maybe thicker or something like that, all you have to do is come in here and just change up these dimensions, and I'll show you how to do that here in a minute once you get this all into a 3D model and everything, and then it'll actually manipulate the model around, and you don't have to go in and delete stuff or undo or whatever and go all the way back to square one just to make the thing taller or thicker or whatever. So it's actually quite nice. So now that we're finished with our sketch, this is our basic layout of it. I'm going to say finish sketch. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to turn this into a 3D part. So we're going to extrude this up is what we're going to do. So I'm going to choose my extrude command. Alrighty, it gives me all that, and then it gives me, oops, here, let me move this down where you can see it. Gives me this kind of information here. What kind of extrusions I can do. Really, the main thing is that we want the distance. It's going to be direction 1, which means it's going to be up. All this other stuff stays the same. All we need is the distance. So how fat do I want this thing? And you know what? I don't know. Let's see. My camera is basically, let's get the calipers. Told you I'm doing this on the cuff. Let's see if I stretch this. I don't know. This is about 2 inches is how wide the camera is. So let's do 2. Why not 3 inches? See, it's the great thing about being a designer. You just pull numbers out of the air. So let's do 3 inches wide. Let's make this sucker just nice and wide. Okay. Voila. There is our beautivious part. Now I could rotate it around, but oh well. Oh, and how I'm rotating it, if you hold down the shift key and middle mouse click, like if you have a scroll wheel like I do, see the scroll wheel will zoom in and out if I scroll it. Whee! But I can also click my scroll wheel. Now if I do it without holding the shift key, I can drag it around and that's clicking the scroll wheel. Like I'm literally taking, well, I can't show you. Never mind. I click the scroll wheel and I can move it around. If I hold down the shift key and click, it will rotate the box around. Okay? So that's what it's going to do. Alright. So now I have to think up what I want to do. You know what? Just happened to think this probably needs to be thicker because we're going to have to put a hole in it. Mine has a tripod mount on it. So we probably want to put a hole in this thing. But yet, if I want it to set flat, like this edge right here to sit flat on my monitor, then what I'm going to have to do, by the way, I just clicked, my video box here is hiding it, but there's a little like cube that's underneath here that, in fact, I might be able to scoot the image out of the way. Let's scoot it over to the other side. Whee! Alright, okay. So now we're on this other side. See this little box right here? If you click the home button, if you have it all like that, and you click the home button, it'll send it to the home. And you can click on this box, click and drag, and wiggle it around, and it'll pivot and roll it and whatever you want to do. Then you click the home button, it goes back. So anyway, that's what that's doing. Alright, so I'm gonna scoot my video back over to the right now. Okay, I'm having way too much fun with this animation stuff. All right, anyway, what we're going to do is now we're going to look at this, and we are going to, I think, thicken that up, because I want to be able to recess, I'll roll this around here, I want to be able to recess a screw head in there. And 1/8 of an inch, that's a little too, that's not wide enough. But the good thing is since I dimension this side and I dimension this side separately from this middle part in the sketch, I can just increase the middle part and it won't affect the sides. Awesome. So, how do we do that? Alright, let's look. So if we go back over here to our extrusion, see this? If we expand that out over here in our little model list, we have the sketch. And look, oh, there's the dimensions. So basically, if you double click on that sketch, it pulls the sketch back up for you again. So, okay, alright, I lied. I didn't dimension that separately. But here's the great news. All we have to do is just increase this dimension here, and that'll thicken that up. So let's see, the thickness of, let's say, a bolt head, because that's probably what I'm going to put in here, is just like a simple, bolt or something. Something simple. Let's see, they're usually, I don't know, they're fairly thick. I don't have one to reference, so let's make this, see, they're probably at least I'd say at least a quarter to a little bit more. 3/8 of an inch or something like that thick. I don't know. So if we make that top a 1/2 inch thick, we ought to be doing just peachy fine. So if we make it a 1/2 inch thick, that's actually going to change this. Basically, we're going to add a 1/2 inch to 0.6. So that's going to be basically 1.1, right? Did I do that right? I think I did that right. Except we're going to have to add a 1/2 inch to this side too to make it down all the way. Except that does not look right. Let's see if I can dimension that separately, or if it's going to tell me I've an over-constrained whatever. Yeah, it's going to be like, you have an over-constrained thingy. Yes, I know.
You got too many dimensions. What is wrong with you? You're crazy. You're crazy.
So we'll delete that dimension. Alright. Put that in there. Alright, and then this guy, we're going to make this guy a 1/2 inch thick. Holy free holies, it went the wrong way. Alright. So you have to be careful on which sides you select. Okay, we're going to select the bottom first and then the top. So that way the dimension will grow from the bottom to the top. Or at least that's the theory. We'll see if it does it. Son of a... It doesn't do it. Okay, alright, well, let's go the other way. Let us go this way and see what it does. I told you this was off the cuff. I'm just... Crap. I'm just doing this. Alright, so what I'm going to do... Okay, let's back up for a minute. So... we are going to have to add... Okay. So if this is 0.6 from the top to the bottom, we add a 1/2 inch to this. Woohoo! Then technically I can do this. 0.5 goes down here. I am just failing. That's what I'm doing. So let's see. I gotta stop and think about this for a minute. I want this to be 725 from the bottom. Okay, I think that's where I'm messing up. I need to get rid of this dimension and go from here to the bottom. This is 0.725 if I remember right. Holy crap, that's wrong. Oh, what a day. Because that one's going to have to be... Okay, back up. So, we need this guy. Okay, I got you. I got it. This is going to be 0.725. Okay. Well, here, we better do the other one first. Okay, I want this dimension to be R1.1. Okay. Darn it. Come on, dude! 0.725. 0.725. 0.725. Now, do some quick calcs. Now, what I want is 0.725 plus 0.5. It's actually 1. Okay, this is where we're messing up. All right. It's late. 225. There we go. So there's that. And then this guy, oops, we got to delete this guy. And this guy is actually this dimension in here, and he is 0.6. Whoops. There. Good heavens. See what happens when you're late at night and drinking fluids? Okay, anyway. All right, so here we go. So we got all that put together. So we've got that completely rearranged and redone. So now, theoretically, if we were to put a dimension really fast just to check our shorts, we got 1/2 inch up top. Okay, 1/2 inch up top, 1/8 of an inch on the sides, and we got our 725 from there to the bottom and 0.6 from there to the bottom. We are good. So now, if you hit Finish Sketch, whoop, you see that completely changes its shape to what we need. So see, that's what's awesome about it. If you dimension it out, then all you got to do is you can just sit there like I just did and just play around with the dimensions until it works. Looks like I got 4 minutes left. Woo! All right. I'm gonna need a bigger memory card. Either that, or maybe I need to talk less or drink less beer or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's look at how to punch a hole in this guy. So what I want is I want a hole. We're gonna click L holo, and what we want to do is, in fact, actually, there's 2 different ways we could do a hole. We could do a sketch, or we could just do the hole command, which I think I may just do the hole command. What I want to do is I got to remember the dimension at the top of this. So what you can do is you can go to Inspect, grab Distance, and I can go, all right, this because I want to put it in the center. Okay, we made it 3 inches, and then we made it 1.82. So remember those numbers. 2 and 3. Alright, so we got to remember those numbers. Always keep scratch paper nearby. You never know when you might need to write something down, especially if you're like me. Alright, so we press hole, and it brings up the little hole maker thing. So we're just going to slam it anywhere in here. And then what we do is you grab the center and wiggle it around, and what you can do is say, alright, distance from there to there is going to be half of 3, which is 1.5. So 1.5 is the, oh, dad, blast it. Don't press the enter button. There, and it's 1.5. Okay, so now, and then we want to come over here to this side, boom, and we want this to be whatever 1.82 divided by 2 is, which would be, I'm not going to do it in my head. Do it in my head, it could be dangerous. So 1.82 by 2 is going to be 0.91, so 0.91, that's where that guy is. Now, we need to make sure it's big enough, and I can't remember. I think it's a 5/16 hole. So what you can do is you can actually take and say that this is a recessed hole. In fact, I may need to invert it. So reference, let's flip it around. Oh, except that did that. Because I need to flip it around. So now we need to go the other direction. So this is actually a negative dimension because of it being the wrong dimension. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's not going to let me do that. You going to let me do that? No, it's not going to let me do that. Dadgummit. What I want to do is I want to put a recess deal in it. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to flip it over. We're going to have to do it from the bottom. So hole. This goes from this side is 1.5. And then scoot it over here, and I want it from this edge because I want it from the outside edge. Is going to be the other edge measurement, 0.91, and that should stick it pretty much in the middle. So now it's going to put a little recessed area in there. This whole thing needs to be a lot bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in flat bottom drill because it's going to go through the whole thing. I'm going to say through all because I want it to punch all the way through this entire thing here. This would be a good time to look up your bolt holes and like your bolt head dimensions, which I'm probably going to use a 5/16 bolt. So we may grab some McMaster car action. Looks like I'm pretty much out of video, so because my video card is small. So we're going to pause here and pick it up here in just a second. Be right back. We're back. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to do this little hole here, and so what I'm going to look at is we'll probably get, like I said, some McMaster car action going on. So I am going to grab a web browser. If none of you know what McMaster car is, oh man, it is a great place for hardware. If you can't find it in your hardware store, they got it, trust me. So here we go. So we can look at, just for grins, screws and bolts. So I'm going to look at cap screws. That's fine with me. Oh, and another great thing about this place is they have 3D models of pretty much everything. I mean, there's some things they don't have, but pretty much everything they got 3D models for. It's pretty cool. So any type of screws, fasteners, springs, all kinds of different things, they have 3D models for it, which is fantastic if you're trying to get things to fit. And that's what I would totally recommend 3D modeling software for. Is just to make sure stuff's gonna fit. Stuff's gonna fit the box. Especially like if you can get a whatever it is. If you can get a box, a pre-made box off the shelf. If you can, if they have a 3D model of it, like I know Hammond Enclosures has 3D models of all their enclosures. So get the 3D model, throw it into some modeling software, and model up at least just even the board outline, you know, just a big thick chunk, measure the biggest part on your circuit board or something, and just make a block, just a chunk, you know, that's all you need to do in your 3D modeling software, and put it inside that case and see if it's going to, if it's all going to fit, if anything's going to hit or whatever, or if that case is the right size for what you're doing. Saves you a lot of grief and saves you a lot of money, because you'll buy cases or whatever and get them in and then be like, oh, this doesn't fit at all or something, or oh, it's gigantic, you know, you didn't expect that or something. If they have 3D models, I'm telling you, 3D model it. I know it takes extra time and a lot of people just want to just blast through it, but take the time. It's actually nice. Medium strength steel screw. I don't care. I don't care the strength. Whatever. So what I want to do is, I can't remember what kind of screw is in there, but I'm going to estimate. Well, let's see. The head width is 7/16 on this. This goes quarter all the way up to pretty good size. Okay, so 7/16. Let's work with that. So 7/16 is probably going to be the largeness of the. My wife's talking to me. Huh? Maybe in a second. I'm just about done. So anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna do this bolt. She's wondering when I'm gonna get finished. So anyway, told you guys this is off the cuff, man. Anything can happen. Anyway, you can say hi if you want to. No. Okay. Good. All right, or just holler, be like hi. Or not. No. Okay. Anyway. So let's see. This thing's gonna be 0.4. Oh crap! I just screwed that up. 4375. 0.4375. All right. Cool. And a 1/4 inch hole. Yeah. Why not? Hit OK. And voila! There is my little recessed spot and the hole for my bolt. And that's pretty much going to be it for this little guy. It's going to stand it on its end. But you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to 3D print this. If you want, what I can do is I'll just make this another video for 3D print. But we'll prepare it for 3D printing, and I'll show you that. So what we do is let's go ahead and save this thing. Let's put it somewhere. 3D printing. There we go. This is our camera holder. Sure. Active project. Do you wish to continue? Yes, I don't care. Oh, let's make this look kind of pretty. So make it all rounded. Look, that's got some sharp edges on it. So let's make it pretty. This is the coolest tool. This is what I call my pretty tool. Even though it's the fillet tool, still it's the pretty tool. Go figure. All right, hit fillet. And then that's going to bring up, move it. There we go. That's going to bring up the fillet tool. Right now it's going to do a 1/8 of an inch radius. That's probably going to be all right. And all you do is quite literally you just click the corners of what you're about to mess with, and it will radius them. For some reason it is not clicking that corner. Come on now. Come on, fillet tool. Let's do it. There we go. It's been a bug.
Bug in the software.
Oop, there we go. Alright, got that. Let's get these sides. These sides need to be nice. They need to be nice and pretty. So, like I said, all I'm doing is holding down shift and the middle mouse button to move that. Now, I want this to be all kind of more or less rigid inside because it's got I want it to grip the monitor. Let's see, do I want to fillet that? I don't know. Do I want that filleted? Sure. Why not? You can't ever have too many fillets. Now watch this. Now that we've done all that, we're going to hit OK on this. Boop. And oh, doesn't that just look sexy? Oh, yeah. That looks awesome now. So anyway, oh, we missed an edge. Okay, if this ever happens and you miss an edge on your fillet, it's okay. Come over here to your fillet. Just double click on it. It's going to show you all the edges. And then just, if I can, gosh, that's hard to see. Grab that missing edge. Just get it. In fact, actually, oh, I see what happened. I filleted the wrong edge is what happened. Okay, so again, just double click on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 10 selected. Yeah, 10 selected. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see. There's a way you can, I can't remember which key it is. You can like tell it to remove it. So right now I'm in like plus mode, and there's a way that you can say like, no, like go away. Go away! Alright. Where are we at here? 0 selected. Oh, well, fine. Here, this is what I'm going to do. There's a way that you can do it. I just totally can't remember it right now, and time's a wasting. So let's take and we'll just do it again real fast. Boop. Doop. 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 Doesn't take very long. You just got to click through it all. Bend this around. My computer's lagging because I'm capturing video and trying to do this sort of complicated thing. Okay. Doop. All right, I think we got it. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, Smokey. Look good? Look good? It looks good on you. That's what I'm going to say. It looks good on you. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to save it. Now we're going to create the STL file, because those of you that don't know, in 3D printers, they usually like the STL files, or at least slicer softwares do. So if you come up here to the happy little eye, go to export and say export, no, not DWG, damn it. Excuse my French, but I'm sorry, it's late. Export to CAD format, there we go, okay, CAD format. And then you come down here, and not that, but you choose STL file. So camera holder, yep, we're in the 3D printing. We're gonna say save, and voila, now we've got our STL file saved. Now we can throw that into slicer software and take care of it. All right, guys. Well, since I'm being summoned, I need to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm going to name this, but we'll come up with something, and I'll do a part 2 of it, and we'll actually load it to the printer, and we'll go ahead and 3D print it out. I will try to do time lapse. I need to figure out with my camera how to time lapse stuff. I may have to hook it to a computer, but I'd love to actually show you it printing. So I know a lot of you YouTubers that are out there have done that. So that's what I would like to do maybe it doesn't have to be this, but for something similar, I would like to do that, because that is kind of cool when you see it actually printed out, because 3D printers are just amazing. So anyway, though, that's how you set it up. That's how you draw something, like I said, totally off the cuff. Didn't plan it whatsoever. That's why I just fumbled through it. So thank you guys for fumbling through this, and if you can, let's see, let's do a word of this video. Let's see, what should we do? Let's do I don't know. Let's do spring. No, let's do busy. Let's do busy. If you're busy, I would love to hear about it. I would love to know what you guys are working on, what you're doing, what you're really involved with. If this time of year is a busy time of year, if you're busy at work, or if you're just busy having fun, just let me know. Use the word busy in the comments below, and I'll know you made it all the way to the end of this video. And guys, take care. Like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. T-shirts, Zazzle.com/misperry, I think, or whatever the link is down below. I have no idea, but it'll be there. Look for part 2 of this video. I'll try to put that on here or something like that. And guys, cheers. we'll see you. I promise I'll get more stuff out. It's just really, really busy, and it's still fairly hectic right now. So I'll try to get it out as soon as possible. But anyway, love to hear from you guys. Love talking to you. Cheers. We'll see you next time.